Mindfulness Collective. This right here, right now, is the joy of being a live stream coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York, folks. I can barely believe it. This is, in fact, a new year. It's brand new. This is fresh out of the box. Today's a box opening reveal of this crazy new year. Very excited to be here with you. You know, I was like, we're definitely doing a stream today because I definitely won't be hungover. When in fact, I am hungover. No, that's not for you, Doug. I am hungover from having eaten some sugar. Now I've got a sugar hangover. But look who else I've got. I've got a doggy hang over my shoulder. What a sweetie. Look, say hi to the public. Say hi. What a sweetie. So folks, very excited to be here with you as always. This new year is really exciting. I was thinking about doing like a year in review, looking at some of the craziest moments of this last year. Hello, Sila. Raquel's like, oh, she smells like a dog. It's like a dog smell. It's cute. If you just pretend it's not a dog and just pretend that it's a foot, it does not smell good. Folks, she just needs a face shower. She just puts her face in everything. Welcome, Jean. Good morning from Brooklyn. Is the tree in prison, or is it because of the dog? It's actually because the dog will eat the tree. The dog will eat the tree. That is a fact. The dog wants to be on the doggy camera. That's what the dog is asking for right now. Okay, doggy. You want to be on the camera? You want to be on camera? Okay. So this is doggy cam action happening right here. Okay, so folks, questions for you. A, where are you? Where are you? B, what are you grateful for? I'm just going to say it because I'm dealing with the doggy here. I am in Brooklyn, New York. I'm in my living room. And what am I grateful for? I am grateful for... I have so much to be grateful for. I'm trying to pick the right thing. Honestly, I'm grateful that it's a new year. I know it's like a cheesy thing. It's like a made-up construct that it's a year and it's different and whatever. I'm really stoked. I'm really stoked on this. I think that people underestimate the power of like ritual and made-up things and pretend things, and years being pretend are very powerful. I mean, Christmas is a pretend thing, and the whole world like rallies around it. So it being a new year is very exciting. Now, I realize that while I had the energy to get up this morning, it's very possible that other people may not have, especially people who decided to party it up last night. So we might be a little bit more chilled today, but that's no problem. Denny's here with us. You know, Denny was one of the few people I thought, there's no way Denny's going to make it. Denny is going to be partying late night and is on the same time zone, being here in New York and, being a big partier, as we know. Denny's known for their clubbing antics. Just kidding, I don't know anything about that, but Denny says, hello from Harlem. I'm grateful for my friends and my support network that help me deal with mental health challenges. Hey, listen, man, that is a sentence we could all do with. Awesome. I slept through the countdown. Yeah, that's so funny. The countdown was fun. It was funny. It's like silly. I was with a pod of people, friends. I think I can, if my phone is around, I can show you. Oh yeah, I can show you a picture that, oh no, we have the new camera. We might not be able to show pictures anymore. I'll put on the doggy cam can show us the pictures. That's great. Great call, guys. Great call. Let's see, let's put the doggy cam above the chat here. And let's find this picture. Here we go. This is, let's see if it'll actually show. This is me and some people from our pod. I can't believe that actually works with this camera. That's pretty cool. I should show you a bunch of pictures. Now I can show you pictures from my phone. I should show you a bunch of pictures from my phone. There's a few people who were in our pod. And we had fun. We just chilled out last night, had a good time, and it was good. Jean says, grateful for new recipes, red lentil dal with chutney. Wow, that sounds really good. Make extra and send it over. Love some of that. Happy you're getting to try new recipes. Love that. Maybe I was going to do a year in review of like kind of a national thing. Maybe we'll do a year in review in pictures. I'll do a little picture slideshow. Oh, P.S. This is a little sneak peek of the picture slideshow. Here is a church that I used to attend, gatherings in, not church gatherings, other ones like rented spaces. But this is in New York, and it burned way down this year. So much happening this year. This year is crazy. That's that church fully deconstructed. Yeah. Okay, so that's a sneak peek of what happened this year. That's just this month. So lots to show. So it'll be we'll do a little picture show. Julie says, I'm in the ephemeral location of lockdown, apparently. Grateful for the beautiful fog outside. As soon as I said the beautiful dog outside, well, that's great. The beautiful fog outside, lovely. Healthy people desire many things, and sick only desire one. That's true. That's a nice little way to summarize. Is the microphone different, or does your hangover sound different? I think my hangover actually sounds different. I also had a different matcha today, so maybe that's kicking it up. I think that does that sound different? I think it's a combination of things. One of which is that I eat sugar, and so I'm probably sounding a little weird. I also feel like the camera's slightly crooked. I'm like, what's happening here? This is straight up. I'm like straight up and down right now. Am I crooked? Okay, people. I think, whatever. Okay. So the point is that Julia said, microphone, getting a bit of an echo over here. Oh, you're getting an echo. Okay. Let's double check that. Let's make sure there's not some other... Oh, here we go. Got it. How's that? I thought you were talking about the fact that I was sort of like quietly whispering or whatever. Microphone's the same. How's that? Let me see if that's better. I don't know why the main cam has an audio setting. The main cam should not have an audio setting. Sounds great. Okay, I'm fixed. Okay, I didn't. Thank you for telling me, because I thought you were like, yeah, it sounds slightly different. Your voice sounds a little more, I don't know, sleepy or something. Folks, listen to that matcha hum. You see that matcha? That's crazy. Folks, very excited to be here. Back to normal. The room must have shrunk 90%. Yeah, exactly. P.S. Speaking of which, so okay, this carpet. So no, where is it? This carpet, this one behind me, that red one. That carpet's going. That carpet's disappearing. We're using it in a different location. We've got to excavate that carpet from underneath the stream, and the entire stream is going to move into a different location. The location is 60 feet that way, into a new room that is fully empty. It's probably going to sound like a big echo chamber, but we'll go from there. I thought you were removing the carpets on the walls and stuff, reducing reverberation. Thought you were removed. Yeah, the reverberation, that's part of the reason the carpet is on the wall and the carpets are around, so as to reduce the echo in the room. Okay, so folks, we're a meditation stream. Let's do some meditation. Today is Freaky Friday. Today's Freaky Friday, so we are going to switch it up. Instead of me picking what the meditation is, we're going to have you pick what the meditation is. That's how we do it here on Fridays. And the way we do that is by you telling me things that you're working on, things that you're interested in, challenges, difficulties, interests, opportunities, curiosities, all the good stuff. All the good stuff. What would you like to meditate on today? We could do, it's a new year, so we could do gratitude, if that sounds fun. We could do kind awareness. Cultivating kind awareness is one of the things we've been doing quite a bit lately. What else? Sila. Belly rub. She likes belly rub. She likes to show her butt to the camera, apparently. That's her thing now. Yeah, what else? What do you guys want to work on? I mean, I could make something up, but it's always fun to make something based on what you want. Yeah. There you go, Sila. Yeah. Yeah. What is up? Let's see if we can change this a little so Sela will be more visible. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Here we go. Yeah, what up, y'all? Okay, Julia says, I'm experiencing a lot of stuck suffering, intrusive thoughts and feelings arising over and over. Okay, great. This is very specific, so this is very helpful. Conflict between parts unresponsive to direct attempts to interact with them. Great. I can empathize with Julia. Okay, great. So let me read that again. That's a great direction to go. I'm experiencing a lot of stuck. Okay, so there's a impasse between parts. Or one part is sort of putting its foot down and saying, I'm not doing anything. Julia says, I do a lot of one drop of kindness practice. Lovely. But I wonder if that borders on spiritual bypass. Okay, so here's how this is not spiritual bypass. The key is that we are open to whatever occurs, and whatever part arises that kindness can take in. So if it were spiritual bypass, what people can think is that spiritual bypass is anything that is pleasant, anything that is like sort of enjoyable in any way whatsoever is spiritual bypass. Not the case as long as we're also facing any difficulties or challenges or these kind of things. So the point is that one drop of kindness is a great practice for life in general, and it's also, we're not putting 1,000 drops of kindness, because 1,000 drops might be bypass. We're just putting one drop and then letting the system metabolize whatever's there. So, but we have conflicting parts. Okay, so what we can do here is let's do a little practice where we're going to find a little contact with our kind awareness, and then we're going to navigate some of these parts. Something I want to emphasize here, which is a concept from internal family systems therapy, is that, let's get this little blanket over the top here. Internal family systems therapy. Here you go, Sela. Come on up here, right here. Here, get on up here. Let the people have what they want, which is to watch a dog chew on a thing. From internal family systems therapy is that what? Oh, there can be self-like parts. So these can be parts of us that feel like this sort of self, or this kind awareness, right? They can feel like that's what it is, but actually it's another part of us. It's another self that's sort of maybe a little more resource, but it is not this infinitely kind, infinitely open spaciousness. And it's actually really helpful to know, because we know that that part is maybe trying to protect us, or maybe trying to control something, or this kind of thing. So we're just going to keep an eye out for that. So we're going to be meditating for 25 minutes. If you are new to meditation, don't worry, you can make it through. 25 minutes will pass very quickly, I will assure you, and we'll give you plenty of skills to work with it, even if it is a challenge. So let's rock and roll here. I think we got to take this noisy dog toy away from the dog. I think I got to drink some matcha. So we just got the dog settled in to play with a toy on camera, and now we got to break the rule. Okay, give me that toy, baby. I know, you want the toy. Come, you want to sit? I know there's no toy there, so you're not motivated to come and sit, but whatever. Whatever for you. Okay, Sela. We're going to meditate now. If you want to come hang out, you can. If not, I'm not going to sweat it. Okay, folks, find that nice, comfortable position. Oh, we got some more people checking in here. I do a lot of what? No. Okay, Nate says, I have all kinds of problems, but I came in late, so I'll bring them up another day. Well, what we're going to be doing is working with conflicting parts and finding some degree of harmony within those. I don't even know this is exciting, because I don't even know what we're going to do, but we're going to do it. Nick says, having easier time letting mental stuff just hang out in awareness without getting involved, not so much with the physical pain yet. Okay, physical pain. Is that, can I draw a clear, easy relationship here between the physical pain? Let's kill the doggy cam. Between the physical pain and the working with ambivalent or conflicting parts. I'm not sure I'm not sure, because I have a whole protocol now that I've been doing with physical pain that I've been enjoying quite a bit. But Nick, what I would say if we don't get to it is, this is what I've been using, is separate out the intensity of the pain, give it a rating 1 to 5, and then immediately, as soon as you get that rating, switch to uniqueness. How unique is this sensation? How particular, how special, how, like I said, unique is the sensation, and start to explore its uniqueness. And as soon as the intensity kicks up again, go back, give it an intensity rating 1 to 5. And usually it ends up being high, because when that kicks in, it's sort of taking over, and then you jump over to specialness, uniqueness. And typically what that does is separate those two out, and the uniqueness is actually very, a big exploration, very lovely. So give that a try for the pain. And hopefully you're not in too much physical pain. I know you're healing now from a sickness. Okay, so folks, let's jump in here. Uh-oh. Okay, this is not set up anymore. This is supposed to be our meditation timer, but it is not a meditation timer. It is a big fat mistake. So, yes, I want to remove that camera. Where is, okay, doggy cam is on. Main camera, I got to add a camera source. Sorry, I changed our thingy doodle here. Great. Okay, so what are you eating? What are you eating? Stop eating things. Do you guys know that song by the Cramps? Stop eating stuff off the sidewalk. It's a great song. What is it? Oh, it's a thumb drive. You want to play with this thumb drive. It looks like a plastic toy to you. Okay. Camera goes down, 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 down. Okay. Excellent. Okay, folks, so find a nice, comfortable position that you can maintain for the duration of the sit. I'm going to encourage you to practice in stillness, avoiding and vetoing any unconscious movement. So we're going to move only when we are consciously doing so. So if you need to adjust, make sure you do so slowly, consciously. Take a minute or so to not make the movement, and then make the movement consciously. Okay, so do any stretching you need to allow your body to be still for 25 minutes. And we'll begin. Beginning by taking a few comfortable deep breaths and just feeling the body rise and fall. And we begin this meditation at the beginning of a new year. And this can be helpful as a way to remember that this is a new moment. Oftentimes the mind will tell us that we've experienced this moment or something almost identical to it before. And while the mind may tell us this, if we observe our senses, in this case the sense of the body breathing, the facts show us that this is very different. This is a very different moment. Taking in an overall awareness of the body as we physically relax, Relaxing the head, the muscles of the face, the neck. The shoulders and arms. Letting go deeply in the hands, even if they're already relaxed, letting go even more. And as we relax the upper chest and upper back, relax the torso, the hips and tailbone, recognizing that we can physically relax more than we can physically feel. And while we can't feel a certain level of relaxation, we often feel the result. It's as though it feels gentler in the body. Relaxing the upper legs, knees and calves, and relaxing the feet. And relaxing the entire body all as one. This is another way of coming in contact with the overall experience of the body. Relaxing the physical body, so much so that it no longer feels like the sensations of the body are confined by the edge of where we detect our body or where we think the body is. The sensations can become soft and larger than the imagined physical body. And if we're familiar with finding awareness, the part of the mind that can take in a group of objects or many objects or all objects, sliding in this direction, beginning to take in the overall experience of the body. There's part of the mind that sees one thing at a time. This is our attention. There's part of the mind that can see groups or all at the same time. So cultivating a connection with this awareness. And then beginning to take an overall snapshot of all of our sensing, including sound, all body sensations, emotions. If we're practicing with the eyes closed, including the darkness of closed eyes. If we're practicing with the eyes open, being sure the eyes are resting on a single point, and including our entire visual experience as well. In this way, taking a soft snapshot of everything that we can experience in this moment. And without overdoing, without applying a great deal of effort, with as little effort as we can, in the same way we might welcome in the new year, we're simply going to say, welcome to this snapshot of our overall sense experience. And we're going to mean it. Welcome. Welcome. Waiting a few moments and repeating the process. So each time we welcome the current moment, soaking into that, we've applied a little bit of effort to welcome, to mean it. We don't need to apply effort for a few moments, at least just soaking into welcoming our overall experience. As though our senses were an open, receptive array of subtle satellites or experiential feelers. Say welcome, take in what is available experientially. And then repeat the process. Welcome. Welcome. Being sure to include any assessments. This is going wonderfully or terribly. I like or dislike this. These are simply other natural manifestations. Welcome. And then we'll have a little bit of fun for a moment. Let's go ahead and squeeze the pointer finger and the thumb of the left hand and really zoom into that sensation. Really know that sensation very, very distinctly. Not worrying about any other sensations. We can wiggle those two fingers, creating different levels of pressure so we can really notice that particular set of sensations. Noticing how particular they are. And then letting go of that particular activity, letting the hand rest. Once again, opening up to the overall experience of all of our senses, no matter what's happening, and saying welcome. Welcome. And the sensations of the hand may play a larger role for this current moment, and that's fine. As long as we're also including all of whatever else is easily available. Opening up. Welcome. Settling into this welcoming, omnidirectional stance. And because we added this strange little change for a moment, it's possible that the system is reacting in a certain way. It could be disliking the introduction of something else, or it could be liking the result. So just including this, whatever our response to what's happening, including that welcome. Including in what we welcome any self, any part that's arising. Any sense of center or me. Noticing that by welcoming this often invisible part, the center begins to dissolve, and we have this strange, uncentered awareness. Welcome. We're going to attend to something here which is experientially more restful. Which would we rather abide in If we had to pick one as a home for the rest of our lives, would we pick this current experience, this welcoming, kind awareness, or jumping back to the left hand, again letting the thumb press into the forefinger and zooming in, really feeling the sensation. What if this were my world? As silly as that sounds, what if this were my perspective? This is the world. I have to choose which one of these I relate to for the rest of my life as me. This general, small set of sensations, very specific to this part of the body. Once again, letting go of that, expanding out, including all sensation. Welcoming whatever arises, including our reaction, including any selves that feel like they're me, the watcher or the viewer. And this exercise may seem a little silly, or the answer may seem readily available or clear. But this is the same thing we do when we fully identify with any particular self. We take on a relatively small view, and that self insists that it is the whole world, that it is the only view. So taking a moment to reconnect with this overall experiencing, this omnidirectional welcoming, this kind awareness. This kind of foundational, primordial home. This part of us doesn't need anything to be different, and even sees the parts of us that needs things to be different as totally okay. And from that soft, open mist, noticing any parts of us, any selves within us that do have needs, that want, perhaps ones that we've had conflict with in the past, or whatever's arising, and just introduce them to this overall experience. They likely have very little exposure to a point of view that is not their own. And again, assessing which of these would I like to reside in if I had to choose one. For this moment, or for all moments. Any very particular self, any me or I that is arising and perhaps dominating. Or this large, spacious overall experience that surrounds and pervades. It doesn't need that self to be different. And if we find ourselves preferring, I want one, I don't want the other, including that. Letting that too be part of this overall spacious, kind, welcoming awareness. And staying with the practice. Staying in stillness. The formal practice will end when the bell goes silent. And whatever impulses arise in the body, whatever cells try to take over or take action, as we allow a tiny bit of light to enter the eyes, just rolling those impulses or selves into this process. Welcome. Eventually allowing the eyes to rest on a single point as they fully open. Letting the spaciousness of seeing all of the textures and colors, letting all of this roll into this spacious, kind awareness. And letting this moment, letting this welcoming be the great teacher that shows us precisely how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay. So making any adjustments, you need to allow the body to be comfortable. Whew. And as you're making any physical adjustments, stretching or whatever, see if you can stay in touch with that, even a faint sense of the awareness that we've been cultivating. Noticing if any self is coming online. It's not a problem, any sort of me that's navigating this. Not a bad thing, just rolling that back into this awareness of it is among all of these other senses. That breaks down a little bit of its sort of tooth. And any separation, any sort of degree of disidentification or sort of merging, in internal family systems, they call it blending. Any unblending of any kind is valuable. So as self arises, etc., especially here. And so the next part everyone is familiar with probably, or most people, is we're going to write down our experiences. This is what happened. Notice if a self is insisting it needs to come online and be like, this is how you do it. And like, I've got to recoagulate as me, the thing I think is me, in order to write this report. Let it be a little messy. It might be the grammar might be a little funny, whatever, but just let the overall awareness type. Let it say what's happening. If you don't want to type, if that feels like too foreign, we can send you directly to our Discord. Okay, I think it's funny because for a long time ago, Tamalan is, I'm always like, Tamalan is paid to be here. We pay him to be here, but I realize we haven't done it in so long. I don't even know if Tamalan's here. Tamalan, if you are here, let me know in the chat. Probably not, but it's okay. No judgment. What I want to do is I want to send a note to our Discord here. I want folks to be able to chat because chatting is powerful. Powerful, powerful. Here we go. Create an invite. Copy invite. Okay, we're going to throw this right in the chat-a-rooney. Here is the invite to the Discord if you want to chat using the old voice-a-rooney. Often we can get into more detail and specifics if you want to chat. Okay, we're going to jump into Denny here. Written report. Denny says,
while I enjoyed the sit, I felt a strong amount of clinging to a previous meditation insight I had last night and how good it felt. The clinging nature of self kept arising, which quickly led to disappointment. I still feel some frustration and I am just recognizing it, but it's easy to fall off that seat and into the sea of identification.
Yeah, so great. I mean, great that you noticed that, okay, there was a clinging towards an experience you had last night. The good thing about insight is whatever the experience was, the system has metabolized it. You liking or disliking it doesn't really matter, actually. Sometimes things can even happen under the floor of consciousness and still have a big effect. I think people often miss that. They think that it's fun when we realize it and it comes to the conscious mind. But that's one of the things that's pretty powerful about meditation, is even if it's happening below the threshold of consciousness, often it's really affecting us. So that's great. What you're saying there is, what's the thing you said? The clinging nature of self kept arising, which quickly led to disappointment. And so that's the thing, is that so something arose and some part of us was disappointed. And part of the practice we're cultivating here is that disappointment is natural. The system will be disappointed at a time. Yes, I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're dealing with a variety of parts now. So what's helpful is that it's not just one meditation. It's a whole group of meditations that we're doing together and on our own. And the beep up is what happens. What was I going to say? Is that we're over time teaching the system, okay, I've had enough contact with kind awareness that I know that it is a thing that exists. I can't find it right now, perhaps, or I'm drawn towards this other self that's disappointed. But just from experiential knowledge, this is called insight, I know that it exists. So sometimes we can use that just knowing to ride a path to it. Sometimes we can use its absence to ride a path to it. It's like it's not here. It is not present. What's not present? Well, that kind, open, spacious awareness that just sort of softly takes in everything and isn't judgmental. Well, sounds like you described it pretty clearly. What is it again? And you start to using the thing that is not here. It sort of shows us the path there. That's one thing. That's one way to do it. Another way that's similar is that self, it has such a strong gravitational pull. It's like, okay, it's so centered, and knowing that experience experientially as being different from the other experience is still teaching us this is not that other experience. It is showing me that. But the principle that I like to think of is called not this, where the gravitational center of what is pulling us in. Well, what is it pulling from? Here's the center. Here's a self that seems to be arising, and what is it pulling from, and we start to recognize, oh, it's pulling in a sense from this large, spacious awareness. So those are a few ways to lead ourselves back there, or we just end up being entirely enmeshed in a self in that moment. And we can either roll with that and say, this is what it feels like. This is what being in a self feels like. And being clear on what that experience is. Some parts are pleasant, some parts are unpleasant, but what is that experience like is a very powerful way to get insight on the whole process. Excellent. What's the best book or video or reading to learn and understand internal family systems framework? Honestly, right now it's a bit of a hodgepodge. There's a book called Internal Family Systems, I think maybe training or therapy, but I think it might just be called Internal Family Systems. And it is a training book written by the founder, which I don't know why the name is escaping me right now, but it is. It's a great book. It's written for therapists, but you can use it as a, as a lay person to go through and sort of understand it. But actually, it's a bit of a scattershot right now, and it is actually random videos. It's like basically just watch a bunch of random videos on YouTube by the founder, by people talking about it, and it's small enough that there's not a lot of BS. It's actually, a lot of it's pretty good to give you an understanding. The best way, you really want the really best way to get an understanding of the framework of internal family systems is to find an internal family systems therapist and work with them. That is a very powerful way. Let's take a peek here. I want to make sure nobody's like sitting on Discord waiting to chit chat like kitty cats, which is always a good time. Okay. So that's my sense there. Julia now says,
at the beginning I felt some pulses of anxiety in my chest. What if this works? Some joy and disbelief that there could be joy. During the second finger exercise I started drifting off, which made some of my stuck stuff arise. I used the word welcome, like the not this label we sometimes use, like a bridge. Some clinging at the end, but it seems to have calmed down again.
Great. And the reason I wanted to do the finger thing is because it's so, in a way it's so funny and silly. It's like, oh, we're paying attention to this little sensation. And while it's very particular and it is very interesting because it's so much itself, it's also very contained. It's like, okay, that is very different than this open, spacious thing that is sort of like a sort of fun and gentle, spacious experience that's lovely, etc. And yet that's what different selves do. They contain themselves and they say, I'm this big and this is the whole world. And so it's funny to do it with something that sort of obviously isn't the whole world. It's like there's not a lot of identification there, so we can disidentify with it. Like, oh, that's sort of a silly thing to compact myself into, but that's what we do all the time with these various selves. So that was partially, that was how I wanted to, in a way it's like a metaphor, but it's not a metaphor, it's a physical model or a experiential model of how we relate to these various parts. A part arises and we recognize, oh, I see you as part of this thing, welcome, and then we turn back to the kind awareness welcoming that part. Ideally not getting pulled into it. If we do get pulled into it, using some of the techniques or strategies that I mentioned before. But that's great. And exactly like you said, using welcome is not this. So again, I think I have to clarify my terms and my concepts, because not this is a bit of a foggy one, because what happens is I use it in a few different ways. One is just for concentration, like there's the thing I'm attending to and there's everything else, which I call not this. But also that beep pop pop is I'm feeling like still the groovy spaciousness of that meditation is I also use it to mean that what I describe, where there's something that's in the center and it's pulling, has this gravitational pull, and so it teaches us about everything that it is not. It's not this pulling in. So that's another way to look at it. I probably have to change my terms because it's confusing. Or maybe I realize over time that they are exactly the same thing. They're just different levels. So thanks for that report, Julia. Jean from New York City says,
that felt mostly warm and fuzzy to me. A few times my mind wandered, and I briefly worried that I was allowing fuzzy to become foggy. Try not to cling to it, though. A great way to start a new year, thank you.
Lovely. And I would be curious, because I want folks to, I mean, the practice we did today, I think is, I think I guide a variety of different practices. And today's, I felt personally, was quite powerful. Maybe that's just me today. Maybe we have to test it a bunch more times. But I'd be curious for folks to try that practice more. how would I describe that practice? Because I feel like I do it and then I'm like, wait, I have to write it down for our tech people and our record keeping. And I'm like, wait, what was that? What was that? So today, what we did was find the kind awareness, let it metabolize whatever was arising. I'm like spacing as I'm like trying to like navigate what occurred in what order. It's so much. This is one of the challenges that it's sometimes like the deorganized, centralized experiencing is so much more pleasant and so much more gratifying and like peaceful and stable and enjoyable, that coagulating into the form of like memory is like, that seems like a pain in the ass. So here I am not being able to remember what just occurred, and it's hilarious. If anyone wants to put a summary of what we just did, you get all the 2021 points that I've gathered so far. You get all of them. And I'll figure after I'm not trying to also talk and navigate comments, I will probably remember after the stream, but I'd love to hear your summary. In fact, anytime we do a meditation, I love if people make summaries because that's really fun. And to some degree, that's what the reports, to some degree will do, is give us a little bit of a summary of what occurred. Okay, so Denny says here,
"This versus not this was probably the most important aspect which led to insight last night. Very grateful for that teaching."
That's great. That's great. And that's something that I don't think I've been teaching that for more than maybe a year and a half. Yeah, that was something that sort of like sprung up recently. So that's really fun. I really appreciate that as a general teaching. Nate, P.S. Nate, I have tickets. I'm going to the Saturday night at in New Jersey, it's in New Jersey. It's at the Atlantic City or Atlantic whatever. So I'm going to a Fish concert of all things. I've already bought tickets. This is assuming the rollout of the vaccine goes wonderfully, which is like optimistic. With either way, I'm in. So excited. So if they cancel the concert, then they'll probably refund. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So Nate says,
"When you say the system, are you talking about awareness? It felt today like the thing that is attending on, say, a thought or emotion or body sensation is the same thing that zooms out and has kind awareness of the moment-to-moment constellation of all sensations. So to summarize, is awareness just a shift of attention?"
Okay, so it's interesting. I find that right now the effectiveness of the meditation is making me like, it's like I'm just going into spaciness, which is pleasant, but functionally not ideal for trying to navigate a live stream. I'm going to listen to that again in parts, or maybe I'll just read it. When you say the system, what are you referring to? Are you referring to awareness? I'm referring to the body-mind. So when I say the system, I mean any aspect of anything we can experience, all of the filters that we use that interact with the world. That's the system, the body-mind. I felt today like the thing that is attending on, say, I think I'm trying to like make sure I understand. Say, a thought or emotion or body sensation is the same thing that zooms out and has kind awareness of moment to moment constellation of sensations. To me, that just sounds like awareness. Awareness is the thing that can take in several things at once. This is I'm trying to get a really clear definition on attention and awareness. And I've liked this one recently. Attention can look at one thing. Awareness can look at more than one thing or all things. Awareness is the part of the mind that simply knows experiences, knows any part of our experience, and it is very neutral. It is simply the part that knows an experience. It doesn't like know, understand it, get it, contemplate, blah, 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 like all these added layers of concept. It simply knows the experience. Like, the good question is, can you tell, right? Can you tell that there's movement occurring in front of the camera, or just movement occurring anywhere? You can move your head, and can you tell that there's movement occurring? Yeah, of course I can tell. That's freaky obvious. That's knowing. That's the mind knowing. So attention is also the mind knowing something, but it's knowing something in a very singular, small, divided, isolated way. So that's a little clarity there. To summarize, is awareness just a shift of attention? So in a way, it gets tough when you start to say, like, is this one opposed to that one? I don't even know if they're separate. I don't even know if they're, it could be that, attention is a very condensed version of awareness, or all of awareness collapses down into this small thing, and, et cetera. It could be a different part of the mind activating. I think there's a little bit of research pointing in that direction, that they're just different functions of the mind. But again, that people rely on research all the time that is very, very, new or fresh, or not really that solid. So there is that. I was hoping someone would have pinned down a generalized thing of what we've done in the guided meditation, so I'm going to do it. That's it. Pull it together, people. Okay, this is what we did in the meditation. I'm amazed at how much my mind is like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to organize. So, beep up. We attended to the overall experience of the body. We then opened up to do a soft snapshot of all of our experiencing. Anything that felt like a piece, we sort of folded that into the overall experiencing. Then after we sort of got really comfortable with this generalized, soft, kind opening awareness, we started using the word welcome. We would soak into the experience and have that welcoming be something that we'd feel like letting the system be very receptive, like it was sort of like, I use the idea of an array of like satellites or whatever that's just openly receiving whatever is coming into it. And then we, after getting very used to that, setting that up, we did the thing where we isolated and just felt the sensations of the tips of the fingers to notice and show and teach the system around sort of what the experience of isolation was like. Seeing if we could notice any preferential sort of experiencing, not necessarily like thought, but like the system, the body-mind feels more at peace or more at home with the overall experience versus the sort of isolated experience. I was emphasizing that because it's helpful to really notice that when we can have contact with a kind awareness, it can feel very, very relieving and very, very satisfying, like a place that we could reside forever. We could return to over and over again, and often more isolated experiences feel yuckier. They just don't feel as good. This is a very important thing to show the system, not just understand, like, oh, I prefer this over that. It's to show the system over and over again that it really does like, or it really does prefer the experiencing, or feels freer, or feels maybe even the relief of not having to prefer. That's probably more accurate. And so we went back and forth between those, and then at the end we kind of gave a little bit of a comparison of any self that's arising, recognizing that as a kind of isolating factor, and using that in the same way we did with the little fingertip thing. Okay. Julie then, exactly on cue, exactly right after I did that, or while I was doing that, exactly says a summary of what we did. So let's hear this summary. Thank you very much, Julia.
Finding spacious awareness and experiencing the contrast to more specific, narrow focus. Bringing narrow parts in touch with wider awareness.
Great. What a nice summary. That's so much clearer than what I said. So folks, it's so much fun. Okay, so here's what I want to do. Let me check the if you have any other questions, let them roll. Let's hit it. I have somebody I'm going to talk to in a little while. Uh-oh. Who's this? What happened? Okay. This was... Denny gave a tier 1 subscription to... wait, does it say who you gave it to? I'm trying to look at my records here. To Nate. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much, Denny, for that subscription. Nate, what that means, just so you know, first of all, it's very kind of Denny. I think it means I think this month, maybe it's just this month, you've given 5 shares. You've shared 5 gift subscriptions to the service, to the stream. That's very kind. And what that means is, Nate, you will not have to watch commercials for this entire month, which I always feel bad that people have to watch commercials. Being this person streaming, I don't have to watch shit. So that's that's a cross you're going to need to bear. But not Nate. Very sweet, very kind of folks. What was I going to say? Okay, so let's do a little year in review. I want to make sure I not have an appointment coming up. Okay, this is going to be, you're going to get a deep dive into my cell phone. make sure I turn off this thing so it doesn't buzz into the microphone, into my cell phone, into my photographs. So let's see, it was going way back to January 2020. Man, a lot has happened, folks. Damn, a lot has happened. I'm gonna do like one per month. Okay, so January, actual January. Oh, you know what's funny? I don't have a lot of photos from January 2020. The reason being, all of the photos, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of photos, fell into the ocean, into the Gulf of Thailand in my phone because I didn't back them up, and it was on my honeymoon. And somehow I thought, I don't know, I just didn't back up my photos, so we lost all of our honeymoon photos, but it was okay. So we had a lovely time. And let's see here. We also got our brand new dog, which we hadn't had before. And she looks so sweet and tiny. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little, let's see. I want to go to the beginning of this clip. No. Okay, here's a little slow-mo. Let's get the doggy cam going so you can see the pictures here. I was in Asia, exactly. Thank you very much for the meditation. I will definitely try it again on upload. Yeah. And so, if you ever want to watch any of the playbacks, which I highly suggest, here is the links, and the final one there, number 2, Deep Mindfulness 2, has all of the playbacks. They're up within 24 hours. So let's get this doggy cam going again. Okay, I'll give it a little more oomph because I want you guys to see it. Okay, let's get this thing on screen. So, okay, here is the first picture of our little doggy, first video. Look how tiny she is. What a sweetie. She can barely like play tug. We're just like teaching her to play tug at the time. Very sweet. Okay. Next photo. We're gonna jump ahead. We're not gonna go super far here. There's lots of pictures of the dog. Oh, here's one in the winter because we had to like take her out for walks and what have you. She had a little fuzzy thing. I still had a giant beard then. Okay, more life pictures. What else is happening here, folks? That is not. Okay, we have a million pictures of the dog. That is good to know. What else? Is this fun for you guys? This is a really delicious sushi dinner that we bought. Raquel and I were on a date. It's very nice. Is that fun? Let's see here. Scrolling through. I wish you could see all the pictures I was scrolling through and like pick the ones you wanted to look at. Okay, here's a picture of Raquel and I snoogling with the dog. We were in love. What a cute thing. Okay. Let's fast forward here to February. Maybe I'll do one a month or something like that. Oh my god, like 90% of these pictures are of the dog. Okay, well I'm just going to try to have a little variety, but we'll see. It might just be a lot of dog pictures. Oh my god, so this is when we were hanging out with people in person. Here's my friend Eric, guess what, with the dog. Yeah, that's so funny. Let's see here. Oh, look, here's one of the statues I feel a little guilty about this, but we smuggled these statues out of Thailand because you're not allowed to bring anything that depicts the Buddha out of Thailand, like even if it's an inch tall, like you're not allowed to. And these are not an inch tall, these are considerable, and we like managed to get them out in a very funny way. But so that's one of them, and the other one is this, very messy behind in the background, but beautiful, all these individual ones carved into wood and then made into this larger altar that we still have. These guys are beautiful. Lovely. Okay, this is an old picture. This is a painting I made for an artist, and I like designed it and made it, and I don't know if you can tell, the paint on the stripes are like half an inch thick of paint. Anyway, that's just on our wall. I don't know why I have a picture of that. Okay, that's February. Let's flash forward here to March But we went to a Buddhist museum. I remember now. What was this? Oh, was this at? Oh my God, this is at the Met. That's right. Just before lockdown started, we were like, we got to get to the Met. We got to go to museums. So we have all these like really beautiful images from the Met in the Tibetan art section. And these are, what is this one? This is a map of various traditions. Look at these. Like, these are Buddha, I think, from Africa, and it's like so cool how like different cultures like represent these, you know, transcendent beings as, you know, looking like them. It's like awesome. Let's see here. Beep up. Here's Raquel in front of a suit of armor, I think. And what else? Is this fun, guys? Is this fun? Tell me if I should just stop. Oh, here's a little carving, beautiful carving. I don't know the Buddhist mythology here, so I would like having Shinzen along. Yeah, the Met is exactly, and that's the one right next to Central Park. Giant museum, giant. Oh, this is a picture of the lobby. Here we go. That's what the lobby of the Met looks like. Very impressive building, very impressive collection. Sometimes it's just too much. Sometimes it's just so intense. Oh, there's Raquel and me. Yay. Look, we're in the Met. Go to the Rubin. Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, I wonder if the Rubin's doing. You should look if they have timed tickets, because that's a lot of what people are doing now, is having timed tickets. Oh, here's a picture I took of this rock in Central Park, which you can go visit now. You don't have to. You can go outside for this. This is a rock in Central Park. I liked the sort of nature, wild look with all the weird pencil buildings behind it. Looks futuristic or post-apocalyptic. Oh, my niece. Look, it's a picture of my niece. What a sweetie. Who's cuter, the dog or the niece? Come on. I think we know the answer. And then shortly after that is my sister. This is my sister. With the puppy. Hello. They're in North Carolina right now. I mean, right now that's where they live. Okay, that's February. Do we have anything else in February? We're up to March. Let's see here. We're up to March. Oh, look. Here's one where I hung a little baby seal on the fence because I needed to free up my hand, so I just put her on the fence. And I was like, exactly. I posted that and said that it was posted from the dog's perspective. What else here? Okay, here's February. We have lots of fun things, but mostly they're dog related. And I'm trying to save you guys. Okay, this is pretty cute. We would give Sela paper bags to play in. This is her playing inside of a paper bag. I think that's very sweet. Let's see here. This is also March. Raquel, myself. Let's see. Beep up. Here we go. Raquel, myself, and the dog on a scooter with the Brooklyn Bridge behind us. We would rent scooters and roll around. Good times. Okay. What else? Oh, this is my background for all of March. I'm on any Zoom call. That was my background because it's Corona time. Let's see here. I got some saved memes. Let's see. Okay, here's a meme. This is a real Gen Z meme. I don't know if people get this or think this is funny. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Okay, get the light out of the way. Tell me which one of you is Tax Frog, and why is my dad going to prison because of him? Yeah, exactly. Okay. What else? Fun people? Are we just losing people left and right? Oh, people are still sticking around. Oh, look at this. Okay, so this is the room. This is the rug that I love. This is a beloved rug. This is in the room where I do, with my guide, doing the psychedelic journey work. So this is pretty fun. I mean, it's fun because it's very rich. And so that's the rug that I always see. Let's see, Denny says, where in Thailand did you go? Grew up in Asia, and since my mom was born there, I visit a few times a year. So, okay, this time we went to Chiang Mai, northern Thailand, and it was beautiful. We hung out with we went to the elephant rescue, and had some amazing coffee there, and then we took some cooking classes. We took a what is it called, mountain bike ride, and Raquel totally ate. I mean, I guess the technical term is ate shit, but no, she flipped over the handlebars and like hit her face and everything, and we had to go to the hospital. We didn't have to go to the hospital, we just decided to go to the hospital anyway. A very great healthcare system there, P.S. And then we went to Koh Phangan, which is our favorite island. It's like hippie island, and it's totally lovely there. Great time. And yeah, that was that. And what else? Beep up. Let's see. Okay, we're heading into April now. April, year in review. Year in review, people. This is the good stuff. Okay, most of this is just pictures of the floor and the dog. Oh, and here's an April flower in the middle of Brooklyn. That's worth a picture. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I guess it was spring. It's so weird to even think about that there was a spring this year. Like, oh wait, there was a spring? I thought it's been winter for the last like 20 years. Here's Sela looking epic. Epic little dog time in the park. We discovered the park at some point, which was actually like, it was amazing. We're like, oh my god, we can go to the park even though it's locked down. I don't know how we like didn't see that, but we didn't realize it for a long time, and then finally we did realize it. And this is what my woodshop looks like. If it's like, what is it, tidy desk, tidy mind or something, my woodshop is insane. It's just like, it's very like project. So it's not like a super hyper tidy space for sure. Okay, scrolling. These questions are great, by the way. Ask any questions you want about my life and etc. The island and mangrove. Are there mangrove forests on Koh Phangan, or are you referring to like two different things? Let's see. I'm curious about that. And then what else here? Lots of pictures of. Oh, this is very sweet. Do we have a video of this? I feel like those are these little girls who are like the same size as Sela, which is very small, and they were like manhandling her. They're like, oh my god, come here, like grabbing and like whatever, and we're like, good, let the dog get used to being grabbed and pushed around. And just the outlying islands in Thailand in general. Yeah, we haven't gone. I don't know if we've gone to a mangrove forest. That is not. I'm unclear about that. Okay, we're double dipping here. Same kids, same little girls with the dog. So cute. They're also adorable. Okay, and then what else? Oh shit! Of course, we have all the protests. The protests were really starting to kick up at that time. So here's a photo from the park, from some of the protests. Like, we got behind the police to take pictures, which is pretty interesting. It's like weird how they're like, we're going to keep a line. And you're like, well, you don't seem to be paying much attention to this part of the line because we just got behind you. Let's see here. Sela got surgery. She got fixed. That's her little surgical helmet, which she had for so long she couldn't move around, that little sucker. And what else? Oh yeah, protests. This is cool. Let's see here. This is one of the BLM protests that Raquel and I participated in. I'm trying to find a really nice one. Okay, so this is one. There we go. Great, cool sculpture there in Brooklyn. The one hand finger thing going. Let's see. And here's a panorama. I don't know if you can see, but it's it's the wide shot into one of these protests. Somehow it doesn't seem so, okay. You can see kind of how crazy it is. It like goes very far in each direction. It was just enormous numbers of people in the city, very actively protesting. Storm clouds on the horizon here. It's very cool. Very nice to be able to be part of that, for sure. And what else? Beep up, beep up is oh, this is the second one. So Raquel and I, this is so cool. We like went to the hardware store, and we're like, this is around the same time we went to the hardware store. Oh, we need to get something. Down the street, out of nowhere, came this full-on protest. Just like we were just like turning, like what? Like, and so this is like just walking down the street. We're like, okay, I guess we're in a protest now, which is like very cool. I don't know if I can't remember if the video like keeps going or whatever, but it was so cool to just have this just walk down your street. And to be able to just immediately just like, we're in a protest. It was very cool, and it's something we believe in, so it's very cool. Oh yeah, that was cool. The person that I work with, the guide, the psychedelic guide, came to our home one time, so that's actually right in this very spot, and she set up an altar here for us to sort of like connect with the spirit of the process. And so that's the altar that she set up here. I forgot about that. Very cool. Okay, that's like mid to late June. Oh yeah, this was a cartoon that I made for Shinzen, and it goes like this. It's a squirrel, and he's thinking, let's see if you can get this. See, hear, feel, hear, see, feel. Nuts, 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 nuts. See, feel, hear, feel. That's a squirrel mind. Exactly. Okay, here in the month of June, I examined a video that I had made when I was like 17, and this is a still from that video. It's called Suburban Defenders. That's me and my two friends. It's funny how similar I looked with that weirdo beard back then. Okay, that's June. And what else happened? I think June's when Raquel and I got caught in this wicked rainstorm, which was really fun. Oh yeah, here it is. It's like pouring rain in Brooklyn, and we're like, everyone left the park. You can see there's no one there, and we're just like having such a good time, like dancing in the rain. It was like so lovely. It was so much fun. It was so nice. It was warm, beautiful rain, and then here we are, soaking wet. It's like still pouring. Yeah, good times. It was fun. And wait, here's an 11-minute movie. Oh yeah, you can really see it here. It seems so weird because it's cold. It's like, how could that be nice to be in the rain? It was very sweet. It's very fun. And plus, now that phones are waterproof, it's like, yay, this is fun, not like terrifying, which I really appreciate. Oh, yeah, we had to, again, we needed our hands free, so we just put seal on the doorknob. That was fun. What else here? Oh my God, we went to this nature preserve in Connecticut that was actually right near where Raquel went to rehab when she was very young, 15. So here's us in this nature preserve in Connecticut. We went to this bird sanctuary. Very fun. Okay, what else? What else here? Here's both of us with the doggo at the same nature preserve. It's so hard to imagine, like, why would my sleeves be up? It's so cold. I'm trying to get the light out of here. Nice. Okay, what else? Any other questions, folk? Julia says, for a moment, I thought you said that you were caught in a brainstorm. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Caught in a brainstorm. Apparently the term brainstorm didn't used to mean like coming up with ideas. It meant like anxiety attack, basically. Oh, here's a painting that I did when we were on a visit to Connecticut. I don't know if you guys know that I paint. Let's see, I can't really see. It's a little overexposed. There you go. There's the exposure suddenly got correct. A little painting I made for fun. Good times. Let's see here. Beep up, beep up, up, up. What else? My favorite brownstone. One of my favorite brownstones in New York is this one. There's a lot of these beautiful brownstones It's hard to tell. It's like really incredible stonework. Very, very impressive. And the color, I think, is great. It's better than the usual brown color. It's like orange. Okay, we're into July. We're into July here. Oh, here's a video. I think this is a video of me jumping. Yeah, here's a video of me jumping into a swimming hole. That's fun. Good times. Swimming. Good times, good times. Okay, what else? If you guys are getting so sick of this, just let me know. I don't know that I'm going to stop, though. I'm not going to stop. But I'm happy to answer any questions. That kind of thing. Okay, here's Raquel and I in some sunset somewhere. I don't know where this... Oh, this is at Dumbo. This is in Dumbo. Hello. Sweet time in Dumbo. And what else? Let's go. Let's roll through here. Getting to August. Here we are at the beach in August. That was sweet, just hanging out. I did all these videos at the beach, like water moving and stuff. That was nice. Here's us teaching Sela to swim. That was nice. Yeah, year and photo review, super fun. Okay, what else? Here. Oh, shit. Well, this is September. Why are there fireworks? Oh, we went to Connecticut. Cal, remember there were fireworks in Connecticut when we left that one time?
So random.
Why were they there?
I have no idea.
Anyway, we were just like rolling down. We just popped out of the car and we're like, wait, why are there giant firework display? Like a big 4th of July style thing. It was like September 15th or something. Maybe people know why. It's in Connecticut. Maybe it's like some sort of Connecticut anniversary. I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Oh yeah, and then we started our improv group, which we call Apocalypse Meow. And so I was looking for all these different apocalyptic cat photos to use as our logo. Improv is fun. And then what else? Let's see. Okay, we're getting into September. We're getting a little closer here, folks. Closer to this present moment. Lots of pictures of the dogs. We went back to Connecticut many, many times to hang out, and like this is the time we went, or this is actually upstate New York, or not even upstate, this is in New York. We just went for a big old walk in the woods. Very nice. Found this nice place to chill out. Not much of a story there. We just sat down. It was nice. Okay. Oh yeah, and then we went on this. Oh yeah, there was a fire in our home. That happened. Or a fire in the building. Some electrical fire at the basement. Pro tip: if you ever have to evacuate your building, this is if you haven't heard me say this already. Pro tip: unlock your front door if you're in a building, because they will knock that shit down. So here is what my door looked like after the fire department was like, "Go fuck yourself. We're coming in." I didn't know that you need to keep your door unlocked because they just battered that thing down, but. There it is. That is what it is. And then, let's see here. Beep up. This is a painting that I really liked in the Journey space, another Journey space that I went to. Very lovely painting. I like that one a lot. And what else? Well, Raquel and I went through all our wedding photos at this time, so we have lots of little snapshots from our wedding photos. So, these are just a few. My friend Carlo. What else? I don't even know what these are. Little us getting our little dessert. That's the cake, that sort of cakeish thing that we made. And what else? All right, folks are bleeding away. That's okay. We're going through here. We're getting there. We're in October. Oh, this is when we went to a drive-in in October. It's a little chilly, but it's a beautiful drive-in in New York. This place off by the water, and so you could see this incredible view of the city from there. This was the view of the drive-in, so it's like New York, New York skyline behind the film. It's very cool. Very good times. What else, folks? Beep up. Looking at flooring. We're considering flooring our house, and we have not done that. we went on this really fun trip. I won't even show individual photos. We went on this really fun trip in Brooklyn, just looking at any physical detail that we liked, just to like explore and like think about stuff for our home. But we just like took pictures of every. It's so much fun. I'd encourage anyone to do this in your neighborhood, if you live in a city or wherever, I guess. Just go and look at the physical details of things that are appealing, and there's just so many cool things that really give us this like very textural relationship to the neighborhood here. Very nice, lots of incredible details. And then, I had to go to the ER and was like, I didn't know this. This is like a pro tip. I didn't know if anyone knew this, but if you wake up and you're like dizzy and disoriented, you might have to go to the hospital immediately. It's recommended you might need to go to the ER. I didn't know that. My mom told me that. And this is me in the ER because it could be a stroke. And I think what they actually said it was just very mild vertigo, or just a bout of sudden vertigo. That's what I had. I did not have a stroke. But that's a symptom. So you want to pay attention to that kind of thing. Here's Raquel and I just on a random walk in Brooklyn Bridge Park. Here we go. Beautiful autumny weather. Very nice. Lovely. Okay, what else happened? This is another walk we're on in the woods. Oh, this is where we went with our friend me and Aaron. So I want to show you this picture. Let's see. There's one that's like, oh yeah. So we just went on this beautiful walk in the woods. There's a longer story here, but so we found that at the very end of our hike, we found this place in the woods. So it's very beautiful. Took this big, long, panoramic, vertical picture. So this is what they're looking at up in the sky, and then you just pan way down here. And there they are, our friends, me and Aaron, who we're in a pod with. We went on a walk. I think we weren't in a pod at that point yet. But so we're in the spot way in the woods at the very end of our hike, and we then as soon as we got back to the car, which was like a half hour later, I was like, I left my backpack there. I was like, oh my god. So we like drove. This is like very intense. So like it's a long hike. It's like, very long, slow hike, and at the very end I left my backpack. So we drove in the mountain around to like here, which is like, oh, that's so much closer. This is perfect. It's like, this is great. We just got so much closer. But what I realized was when I started, I was like, and the sun was setting. The sun was like fully, like it had just about to almost was down just before we got into the car. And we're like, oh my god, I got to go back. So we drive around. We're right here by the end, but we're like down, same level. It's all flat, flat. And I realized that it's a shorter distance, but it's a much sharper elevation from here to here. So I ran up this mountain, and like it was definitely the most intense exercise I've done in the year, but I was like, I'm not losing my backpack, and I won't be able to find my way in the dark, so it has to still be light. So I'm just like running up this hill, running. I was surprised I was able to run straight up, or like this pretty steep incline for like a ways, and finally got there right when the sun was fully down. It was basically just like dark as soon as I got there. Got the backpack and was like, okay, great, I gotta find my way back. And I was like, I gotta find my way back. I was like, oh no. So I started going back, and I was like, I was in the woods, and I was like, I can't find the trail. I was like, I don't even know where, do I go left, do I go right? It was very impressive. I didn't know this, at least, I don't know if all trails are like this, but this one was, and it was very cool. I like had the flashlight on my phone and was like, and I like turned one way and turned the other, and all of a sudden this line of blue dots appears in the middle of the woods, and it was like the reflective trail blazers blazing in the woods. And I was like, some person was like, let's make these reflective for this exact moment. And it was like I could see this little path winding through the woods that I would never have found. And I was like, that was so grateful. I was so grateful for that. So I walked back in the woods, made it back, everything was good. Very nice. Let's see. Here's another meme that I saved on my phone. What?
I need to put the heat on.
Okay. Yeah, a little, just a short time. Here's another meme. Speaking, Raquel wants to put the heat on now because she's cold. This is relevant. Yeah, that's. I don't know if anyone gets that or if anyone knows the reference, but that's my experience as well. Okay, we're getting close, folks. We're in November here. This is Raquel and I. Couple more dog pictures. Good times. What is this a picture of? Oh, this is me with a log. I found these logs on the street, and I was like, I'm impressed. Someone cut down a tree near their house, and I was like, I'm going to take a picture next to that tree. Me with a log. Oh my god, and there was this tree we went on a trip, and there was this incredible tree. It really actually looked like this, which is so crazy. I was like, there's no Photoshop here or whatever. It was beautiful. It was in Philadelphia. It was just this beautiful, beautiful tree. It was so incredible. There's like these glowing trees this day. Here's another one. Oops. Oh, we have a new follow here by Wraith Hunter. Welcome, Wraith Hunter. That is a very orange tree. So look, here's a very yellow tree. If you can see how crazy glowy it is, it was just like they were like explode. Oh, here's this is a better picture. So that was one side of it. So that was what we were just looking at. We're looking at the back of this tree. It's hard to see how like glowy it was. And then I went to the other side, and this is that same tree. I don't know, just like it seemed like it really looked like it was glowing. It was like so crazy. All the other trees looked like normal trees, and this tree was like this like crazy type of nutso tree. So there's two that we could see at that moment. And even just looking at my like phone with all the pictures on them, I don't know if you can see how crazy glowy these trees are. They were insane. They were just insane. It's like a million shots of the same tree, but whatever. That was a very impressive tree. And what else here? Oh, this is our friend Mary, who's also in our pod, and her baby. Hello, Mary. Very sweet. And that was one of our first times as having a pod meeting. Oh yeah, and we went to the park, and there's this lady who had this big white dog, and the dog like totally went for this puddle, and then just kept like sitting more and more, like spending more and more time like going crazy in this puddle. It was very sweet. It was very cute. Oh, there's a video. And it was like winter, it was cold, and it was just like really funny. So there was that thing with the dog. And then what else? I'm glad that you guys have stuck around for this, because it's super fun for me to talk about what happened in my year in photos. My friend Aaron from our pod who voted. If you don't know what we mean by pod, it's just like a group of people. We all follow the same COVID rules so we can hang out and have a good time. Very, very valuable. Oh, I'm going to show some pictures of meat. So if people don't like to look at meat, now is the time to look away. This is, where is this? Okay, so this is our, I don't know if anyone cares about this anyway. So we deboned a turkey and then tied it up, and that's what it looks like. Uncooked, that was the first thing, and then cooked and prepared and finalized. This was the final bird, which was, I had never done that before, so I was pretty excited. And then that's it. That's all the meat pictures. Meat pictures are over, people. Don't worry anymore. That's all over. And then we're getting close. We're in December. It is December. Okay. Oh, it's not December anymore, motherfucker. Okay. December is over. Okay, here's a dinner with our pod. We had a nice, I think this might be a Friendsgiving dinner that we did like a week after Thanksgiving with our pod. These are all our pod people. Super fun. And then what? And then I cut my hair. I cut my hair shortly thereafter. And oh, but I didn't show. We talked about this earlier. Didn't get into this. This is the church that we would rent space in here and use it for various things, and it fully burned down. So much so that it burned like the next building next to it down. This is right in Manhattan. And if you look at the article on the New York Times about this church burning down, it talks about like people from the community saying like, oh, all the nice things that people say about a space that they care about, and they're definitely going to rebuild and all these like things. At the end of the article, it's like, I see, it doesn't say this, but it's like, oh, I see you like stories about churches that burn down. Would you like these other stories about other churches in other areas that burn down? I'm just like, fucking algorithm, man. It's like, ugh, it's like so funny. Okay, so then I cut my hair. Okay, so I cut the top, and I was like, and I trimmed the beard. This is like a few hours in, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. And then just a few hours later, this was me. People make fun of my look. They say I'm smoldering, but I was trying, squinting. But yeah, man, that was weird to cut my hair. Exciting and weird, just decision. Just like, I'm moving on. Ready to move on. I think this is Hanukkah. Oh yeah, this is Hanukkah. That we celebrated also with our pod. That was fun. And then here's Hanukkah with the latkes, which is, if you've never had a latke, I highly recommend it. And I think we had squash latkes as well. That was nice. Zucchini, rather. And then here's a photo from that very lovely day. A photo of a photo. Look at those sweethearts. What a nice time. I just bashed the camera, okay? And then now we're into Snow World. Oh, okay. So maybe we'll close out with this unless I see something else that like really needs to be. So Sela, this is her first time ever playing in the snow. She's very happy. She'd never experienced snow before, and she's very happy. And then Sela is extremely, extremely food motivated, just like she, more than anything else in the world. She will be motivated and do whatever you want for food. She suddenly realized that you could eat the snow. She just was like, oh my God, I'm in a universe of food. So this is her discovering that she can eat the snow. Oh my God, I can eat this, and I can eat that, and I can eat this. She's taking bites everywhere. She's just like, oh, what does it mean? She's so excited. She was like so amped. She was just like eating it all over there left and right. It's very funny. Okay, is there anything else? Oh yeah, and here's our home Hanukkah. We had a very lo-fi Hanukkah here at home. There's Raquel lighting the candles. I don't know if it'll focus. That's focused enough, I guess. Get in there. There we go. Raquel lighting our little candle set up there. And what else? After Hanukkah. Oh yeah, P.S. I started doing this habits group. I think I showed you guys this, but I started tracking habits. And that went really well. That's gone really well so far. I haven't done them today, but you know, is what it is. Anything else that was from this year that we should show that's worthwhile? Oh yeah, we had for Christmas, our Christmas celebration. Here we are having the traditional Christmas bagel and lox brunch with it's like it's Christmas. It's 3 Jewish people and me, and we're at Bagels and Lox. And there in the very background is Raquel's family doing crafts with us on that day. I thought it was a nice thing, very delightful. And then this is me 1 day away from completing my my habits for the year. And what else? Anything else? Oh yeah, and here we are. This is from last night. This is from our New Year's party with our 2 pod friends. So nice. Let's see here. There we are. There's us and our pod friends that we had New Year's with. This is exactly last night, which brings us up to exactly today. There we are. Year in review, folks. Much more exciting than going over all the news, which would be not so much fun. Folks, great to be here with you as always. Lovely, lovely, super fun time. Thanks for sharing that with me. Thanks for taking the time to go through my year in review. Glad it was fun for you, fun for me. Folks, I have a wish for you. And since we're beginning a new year, we can think of it in the realm of new beginnings. So in this new beginning, thank you, Denny, for sticking around. Great to have you here with us, along with everyone else. Anyone else who's still here, let us know, because I never know who's here. I just see a number. Maybe there's a way to tell who's watching. Maybe they give you that stat somewhere that I can find. But folks, Sela wants to come say hi. Okay, Sela, come say hi. Sela wants to say goodbye for the first stream of the year. She's going to grow to the size of Clifford the dog, so she wants to say hi before she's giant. Hi everybody. Sela, tell us the answer. You've been holding it for a while now. Just go ahead. Just say the answer. Just tell us what reality is about. Come on. Just say it. Just say it. Just say the answer. Just say the answer. Okay, folks. As always, lovely to be with you here. Getting ready for this new year. Notice in this particular moment how everything is experienced this brand new world around us, brand new moment. Having a good time. Good times for all. Folks, we're going to be back here in fewer than 72 hours. Back on Monday. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Excited to be back here with you. And as always, folks, check out this particular moment. Open awareness up. Let any particular detail fold into the strange, burning fire of all of this present moment experiencing. Let this current year unfold in front of us. Let it be new. Let it be something we haven't seen before. Don't force it into any box. Let it be whatever it is. It's good times, it's bad times. And know that we'll be here with you. Happy to explore, happy to discover all sorts of fun things in our meditation practice. Folks, great to be here with you. Happy New Year to everyone. I mean, that might be the first time I've said that in this entire stream, so Happy New Year. As always, practice well, have fun, take care of each other, and we'll see you all very, very soon.